This is the And Roll Podcast. With your hosts, Chipsy and Mad Dog. This is the Screech and Roll Podcast. I'm Chibsy. I'm coming at you solo today. Mad Dog is a busy man. He's all over the place. But we've been so stoked with the downloads and streams with everything we've gotten from the first two episodes that I didn't want to sort of let it slip. So here I am by myself to talk Hawks. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook at Screech and Roll. Do that. You can watch all of this on YouTube as well. Listen wherever you get podcasts. And we're always trying to get some content up on all those different places. We're going to talk about the Blitz. And by we, I mean me. Our two games at the Blitz. We're also going to have a quick look at the Intercontinental Cup that the Hawks are going to be part of, which is pretty exciting stuff, like the Champions League of basketball. It seems like FIBA, the FIFA of basketball, just rolling competitions out, giving everyone more hoops to watch, more to play for the players. But before we get to that, quickly, we were stoked when we saw the interview with Tatum on ESPN this week, where he definitely came out and said, Davo is our starting guard. He's proven himself and he's our starting guard. I'm happy for Davo. I'm stoked because he does deserve it. The guy's an international basketball player. He went to the Summer League. He was so amazing the last two seasons for us that it would be such a rough time to just bring someone in and be like, back to the bench for you, Davo. I say you got to start the season with him. You got to see how he goes. You need to see if he can get the points that Trey Kell, or get close to the points that Trey Kell was putting up. And I feel like he can. I think whenever Tatum has told him, Davo, go cook, go get some baskets, he does. And we've seen that in the Blitz where he pretty much he kept us in the game for the first half against Adelaide, and he got us back in the game, him and Harvey, but got us back in the game against Perth. Just being aggressive. When it gets to the point that it seems like scoring has completely just gone into a stalemate, we can't score, he's just like, fuck it, I'm going to the hole. Get out of my way. I love it. Bloody love it. Even if it doesn't work out every time. Even a wild pass here or there, I'll take it, just for how much I enjoy watching him play. The other thing that just keeps popping up, and I've found that just from two episodes that this is a thing of doing a sports podcast where you've released something and then information comes out 20 minutes after you've released an episode, and you got to be like, well, that's happened. But at the moment, Jroc still is not signed with the Hawks, and now I just saw something from NBL Pleb saying that just then that Perth are interested in bringing him in, but maybe just as a replacement until they find someone. And I get it's been mixed with him, but man, at this point, I'm genuinely starting to feel sorry for the guy. He seems like the last dude to be picked for school sport at this point. And I get he had a shocker against Adelaide. Defensively was okay, but just could not score. Not that anyone was scoring, but he was on trial. And then had an absolute blinder for 2 quarters against Perth. It was unbelievable, but it was 2 quarters. I don't know. Look, I remember Trey Kell in the finals having those games where he just was front rimming every single ball and could not get the ball to go in. But it was so rare, which is why he was so good. And I'm torn between thinking about if Jroc, he gets given that opportunity, that he might be that X factor scorer off the off the bench, and you go, man, he came on and got 14 points, got 16 points, and that's the difference. But I don't know. I'm very mixed. I feel like if he does sign, I'm just going to have to go with the trust in Tatum. There's a reason he's here training. There's a reason why he's getting shots up at Berkeley Stadium, which I just saw a post where they are, and which is wild to think that JaVale McGee is now in the country, and I wonder if when he was lifting an NBA trophy over his head 5 years ago, if he thought, one day I'm going to be getting shots up in Berkeley. But that's what's happening. Okay, let's get into some Blitz stuff. Okay, so game one was against the Adelaide 36ers. Both teams playing really I guess like an under strength team. It wasn't, neither were the team that's going to be out there round one. But look, the first half was pretty even. Like there wasn't a lot in it. I just feel like the second half, our scoring just completely stopped. And on top of that, it seemed like they could just blindfold chuck in threes from anywhere. Like everything they were putting up was going in. And I need to do some sort of experiment where it's, I sometimes I see the percentage at the end of it and go like, oh, they only shot 30% or something from three. And I'm like, I swear it was 80. I swear it was 85% they were shooting because everything went in. Just those daggers hurt every time they go in once they're starting to pull away, and we could not score. Shining light, I thought, for that game, though, was Jonah Bolden. Getting a good look at Jonah Bolden and seeing just he's such a big unit that if you've got him and Peatling or Harry Froling on the court, we're huge. But he's so athletic and quick. He was just swatting balls away. He got a double rejection at one point, and he looks good and can shoot a three. I think Tatum's going to get the best out of him. He's going to be very good. Having him and Peatling sort of competing for that spot is unreal because both are just such quality players for the Hawks. I'm so stoked we got both of those. Davo went great. He was the only one that when we weren't scoring was like, just give me the ball. I'm going to have to go get this done. Dan Gritter as well. It was great to see him fit, flying around. He got a double-double, I'm pretty sure. He was heaps of rebounds, double-digit rebounds for sure. Jroc, as I said at the start, quiet. He had 7 points, a couple of assists. There's something with Adelaide, Isaac White playing for Adelaide now, and he, an ex-Hawk, and during those real lean seasons for the Hawks, he was always my favourite player. Just seeing this, he had the mullet. He's this little dude. He was so quick. So I'm always sort of stoked for him every time he's having a great game, and he's had great games. He played some really good games for Brisbane last year, and I think he's going to be a pretty important player for the 36ers. It's underrated with all the star power they have. You can chuck that guy on there, and he got 20.6 assists and 4 rebounds. That dude has no right getting rebounds at all. But they were scoring for fun, Adelaide, in that game. They did shoot 44% from three. There you go. So it wasn't that far off. We shot 28%. We won the rebound count, which that's when 3-pointers were the difference here, because we were getting the boards, but they were just sinking everything. So look, turnovers, 3 points, not 3-pointers not going in. That's just, it's going to kill you every time. But yeah, Dan Gritter, Jonah Bolden, definitely highlights for that game. The next game against Perth, I was playing a show in a band I'm in, and I didn't get home until about 11:45, and I'd managed to avoid my phone and not see the results and everything, and I'm like, I'm going to watch it when I get home. So I put it on thinking, I'm going to fall asleep at some point. I'll have to finish it in the morning. And as Perth were pulling away, like they're up 14 in the second quarter, I'm like, fall asleep here. But it just seemed like there was some fire in the bellies of the Hawks, being like, nah, we're not coming out of the Blitz here, 2 losses down, and then flying to Singapore and sort of hoping for the best. No, that's not what we do. It doesn't matter if it's 14, we're good. And tell you what, Tyler Harvey, this guy is so unbelievable. He's the ultimate clutch player, and I feel always just the Hawks are disrespected in general, but Tyler Harvey is such a disrespected player when it comes to MVP talk and all of that sort of stuff. I got he was an NBL first teamer. They had to do it. The Hawks were the best team. They had to give him and Trey Hill that spot. They don't want to. They had to. I don't know what he needs to do. Like, he hits game winners. He hits shots when you desperately need them. You want him shooting the ball. I'd put him above anyone in the NBL to be like, we need this to go in right now. Give it to Harvey. I have all the faith that he's going to make those difficult shots. Seems like he misses the easier ones. The ones where he gets left alone and puts it up and, he's more likely to lose them. You chuck 7 hands in his face and he manages to absolutely drill him. Jroc in this one absolutely came alive. I swear to God, Tatum or the assistant coaches have said at halftime, mate, this is a trial, right? Like, I'm not interested to see how well you can make a 1 meter pass, fling it back out to the perimeter. I don't care. Take it to the hole. Throw the ball up. See if you can get it in that hoop. And he's like, oh, shit, yeah, that's right. I'm a basketball player. And went out there and just did that. He was hitting threes. He was hitting these wild banked shots as he was torpedoing off the court completely. Hit free throws as well. It looked great. You go, oh, yeah, that guy, sign that guy. But then you remember 2 days ago, it wasn't great. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like I said at the start, I'm very torn by it all. Harvey was great. Peatling, unbelievable. That guy, I think he hit a bunch of threes as well. And there's something about the bigs on the Hawks that aren't respected from the perimeter, and it's like I feel like they've all been working on it. I know Davo's definitely been working on his three. If he can get his percentage up there, he's going to be great. But Peatling was doing it last season. I don't know why they let off him. They let off Wani as well, and they can all hit him. It's very confusing for me. Jroc, 24 points. Harvey, 22 points. He only played 20 minutes. Peatling had 21 points. Toddy Blanchfield, 14 points. A few of their guys had, good showings for Perth, but I just, I don't know. I can't figure out Perth for this season. Hawks, their 3-point percentage was way up at 46.5%. Perth was 23%. It's like the polar opposite of the game against Adelaide, where one team dominates from 3, the other doesn't, and that's the difference. But the thing is that we had to get back in the game because, Windler scored 27 points. So you got someone that scores 27 points for the other team. You need to start hitting some threes somewhere. Again, polar opposite of the first game where Perth actually won the boards. So they got more rebounds, but lost the game. There were lots of blocks. Bolden was great in this game as well. Didn't play as much, but he looked great. We had 12 steals, 8 blocks in that game. It was a win, I think, that was really important for preseason, confidence-wise, going over to Singapore to play over there. Yeah, I'm stoked we got a win, and I'm actually happy it was a come from behind, like really got to pull it out of nowhere and try and win this game, and then win it convincingly, win by 8 points. It's just going to do a lot for the confidence. Not that Davo needs confidence, but for some of the other guys, and now you got JaVale McGee coming in, and all the boys would be, they'd be so pumped coming off that great win. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. If I had to pick a player for each match, not looking at a box score or stat sheet or anything, just my vibe, going off the vibe of the Blitz, Jonah Bolden in game 1 for me was great. Like, as soon as I saw him getting around on the court, I'm like, yes, let's go. Can't wait to see him in the sandpit. Bloody, we're on here. Game 2, Tyler Harvey. I just feel like in 20 minutes, just hit clutch shots that were, every time Perth seemed like they were going to pull away, he's like, nah, I'm going to hit 2 in a row. Bang, bang, thank you. And was just catching up. Yeah, I love Harvey. Can do absolutely no wrong. Could do no wrong. I enjoyed the Blitz, all the games. There were some great games all across it. And bloody good crowds in Canberra. A lot of talk about them getting their team back. So not bad. I'd take Canberra as a little road trip for me. Why not? Now, it's rough here to go and give a Chris Goulding Flop Award, and it's not really at all. I just really, really wanted to use the stinger again, so let's hear it.
We're just happy that Chris Goulding didn't hurt himself flopping in front of us.
Did you see this poor bastard from the Adelaide 36ers that pretty much got a broken back after one of his teammates did some hectic dunk and the backboard came down on top of him? It's insane. It's like Shaq stuff. That it's Ben Griscti, pretty sure his name is. Yeah, he's suffered a fractured vertebrae from the backboard coming down at the stadium in Canberra. It was during training as well. And then I read something that said it took over 90 minutes for an ambulance to get there. It's Canberra. Everything's 20 minutes away in Canberra. What were they doing? It's like, oh, he's from Adelaide. Oh, no. Well, there's Canberrians to go and help out. Anyway, not exactly a flop, but really wanted to play the stinger. And, yeah. I hope he's okay and feeling better and gets back on the court. You'd feel like a real piece of shit if you were his teammate. All right, so the Hawks are off to Singapore to play in the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. They're September 18th to the 21st. So I've been sort of looking into it. It's very much a Champions League sort of format here. They've got 6 teams, 2 groups. They play a round robin. Group A has Unicaja. That's definitely not how you pronounce that. From Spain. Bet there's lisps and stuff in there, I guess. Al Hilal from Libya. And then you've got Utsunomiya Brex from Japan, and absolutely butchered all of those. I'm glad the Hawks are in Group B because I can nail these ones. You've got Flamengo from Brazil, the Illawarra Hawks, go you Hawks, and then they have an NBA G League United team that apparently Derek Walton Jr. is playing for, so he must have a G League deal, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, the top group moves into the final. Second faces third from the other group for third place, and third goes up against fifth place. So everyone gets to play through, but it's pretty quick tournament. We're playing Flamengo and the G League team, which is pretty rad. I'm happy with this group. I like it. The Flamengo have done this competition a bunch of times. They won it in 2022. Apparently, a very, very strong team in Brazil. And going to be sort of the benchmark. That's the team to beat, apparently. The G League team is a bit of an unknown. They haven't played in it before. There is obviously a real deep US talent pool for the G League, but I don't know. I can't imagine they're sending like any G League stars to Singapore. I imagine it's sort of like a FIBA America team. We'll see who actually ends up on the team. But if it's Derek Walton Jr., sure, he's good, but he's an NBL player. I like the Hawks. I like the Hawks I like the Hawks every game. Every game I like the Hawks. But I'm excited to see. Like, it's pretty rare that you get to see your team come up against international competition. So yeah, I'm excited for it. We'll see. Like, the momentum from last season comes through with it, but I don't know. It's gonna be cool. See how we go. Let's go out and let's just win it. The final import spots. Who knows? By the time this episode comes out, I could walk over to my phone after this and it's all locked away. But I don't know. It seems like after the second game of the Blitz, you had Derek Rucker out there just saying straight up, like, just sign him. Like, why wouldn't you sign him? He's good, fits in, does it, great, whatever. But I feel like they would have already. They would have signed him if that was the case. They wanted to do that. They might be working on something. Perth apparently were offered like Patrick Beverley, and they were like, no thanks. I'm almost convinced this young billionaire dude that bought Perth is like frightened by the amount it's costing him or something. It's like apparently their memberships are way more than anyone else in the NBL. And he seems to be playing the blame game a lot. Like, Bryce Cotton wanted to stay there, but he's like, no, I don't want to pay that much. So yeah, I don't know, like, if we go and just sign Jroc up, have him in that spot, come off the bench, or we look for someone like that, like a Pat Bev, or go through the NBA free market thing. I've seen on the Hawk chat a lot. They were talking about Mac McClung a little while ago, who is I think like back-to-back or 3-time dunk champion, and I swear to God they just keep giving this guy a 2-way contract at NBA teams so he keeps coming back to the dunk contest because no one else is interested in doing it. But bring a dude like that out. Like, this guy has bounced around NBA teams and been on 2-way contracts, but is obviously good enough to keep getting himself a deal. We could drive a car out onto the court and let him jump over it and dunk or whatever. A little white guy dunking. Everyone wants to see that. But I don't know. Like, honestly, it just seems like at this point it is a wait and see. All the speculation, everyone that's been coming in and out of training with the Hawks, but then no signatures, no word, and not even anything concrete coming from like ESPN or from the club, where it's like, we are seriously looking at this person. Because when you hear, keep an eye out for this or keep an eye out for that, it just means they're already negotiating, and we're not getting that. Look, I get there's the spots there. Let's run this team out. Let's run this team out and see what we can do. I just think it's great. And whoever we get on top of that, it's a bonus in my book. We can defend, we can score, we can do all the fundamentals covered. All the positions are 2 or 3 deep. It's great. So I think anyone that comes in is a bonus. If it's Jroc, it's Jroc. If it's someone else, it's someone else. This point, after the Perth game and seeing that comeback and what we can get, and you play the real serious players serious minutes, we're going to have a real good bloody team. But who knows? I'm sure, hopefully this week, by the time we record the next episode, we will have something set in stone as far as who's actually going to play for the Hawks this season. And we're one of the last few to really sort of solidify the roster. So I don't know. I'm happy for them to be careful and really, look into every option. You never know. Yeah, we might get someone real special. But yeah, keep it coming. I've just talked for almost half an hour by myself, and I've never done it before. Hopefully it wasn't too painful to listen to. I didn't ramble on too much. I'm very excited for the Intercontinental Cup. I'll be definitely watching that. Can't wait for the banner to drop 27th of September, I'm pretty sure, at the Sandpit against the Jack Jumpers. It's getting close to round one. Yeah, let's go over to Singapore. Let's win that. Another trophy. Just bring that home to the Gong, and then get these roster spots all locked up and get stuck into the season. Can't wait. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Threads, where all the action happens on Threads. Just at Screech and Roll. And yeah, we're going to be getting some other voices on here soon as well. Some keen hawk heads, some people in the basketball industry. And, maybe just, I don't know, I might kind of get the word out to some of the big guests we've had on my other podcasts. See if any of them are into the basketball and want to come on and talk with us. Might be a bit of fun. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you tell your friends about it and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Screech and roll, baby.